Hi, everybody. Kenneth G. Hasty here once again. My series of videos for leaders, for owners, for sales managers, salespeople, marketing people, and people. So if you're any of those, then you might want to watch this. So this video is called When People Posture. Now, what does that mean, posturing? Well, posturing is something you can read when you're looking at their body language. And it's really important when you're trying to sell to people. So um, I'll give you a couple examples. One of my buddies years ago, one of my mentors, used to be in the furniture business, and he said, when a husband and wife would come in, and the wife would be looking at all the furniture, and I'd be explaining it, and the husband would be sitting there like this the whole time, and he's just postured, negative body language, like you know. So he said the way that he knew when to close and when to ask for the order is when the husband went like this, when he finally dropped his arms down, and he knew, boom, he's ready to buy. And he said almost without exception at that point, he'd say, okay, so let's go ahead and write this up for you. And the husband, all right, let's get. But until then, while they're posturing, you may not do very well with them, right? That's why at a trade show, you never want to posture. You never. So many times it's comfortable. You want to sit there like this, but it's considered negative. People don't want to approach you, because you're posturing. Um, another form of posturing is people that hold their chin up like this. You may hear it talking down at you or talking down their nose at you or whatever, right? And that's clearly posturing. It's uh, give you an example. I was out at a major golf tournament, and um, it's at the time I was vice president of a medical device company, et cetera, et cetera. But I didn't happen to have the pass to get into the new clubhouse. They just remodeled the clubhouse, and yeah, I was curious about it. I was there with a buddy and said, hey, let's see if we can check it out. And this gentleman standing there goes, well, you don't have the proper credentials to come in. And I'm like, don't even get me started. But anyway, clearly posturing, clearly trying to look important, clearly trying to, but what there really is insecurity. So when people are trying to make themselves important and posturing, like so, or they're using ridiculously big words or things like that, then you know that they're insecure, and you need to kind of feed their ego. So when people are posturing, play to it. Yeah, say, well, just in whatever. But we'll watch for people and how they're responding to how you talk. Like for instance, if you're talking to somebody and you get a little close and they start doing this, they're not going to buy right then. I promise you that. So you need to kind of read your safe distance. In other countries, like you'll see a lot of people come right up to you and start talking like this. Japan's one. You got very close proximity. Very easy. You get other countries and they're kind of like just kind of keep it right there. But mostly in the U.S., it's kind of arm's length. When you talk to somebody, and watch their body language. If they're open, if they're talking, if their hands, et cetera. It's my palms are up, and it's an easy, approachable body language, right? If they're posturing, if they're doing this, they're doing this, so whatever. So basically, just kind of give you a feel that when people posture in different ways, pay close attention to it, especially if it's after you've begun your conversation, because if I've begun a conversation, let's say somebody's sitting at their desk and they start doing this, um, probably they're not going to buy from me, right? So so what's a good thing to do? Well, when they start doing this, you say, oh, here, have you seen one of these? And what's okay, now I broke the chain, right? I got them involved. I got them. It could be a brochure, it could be whatever it is, but you need to keep them involved with your conversation. Um, and a lot of times people aren't in the mood to hear a sales presentation. They're having a bad day, whatever. Okay, here comes the salesperson. Here comes the owner of the business down the street. He wants my business. So, you know, another really important thing is to keep them from posturing. You start off with just human conversation. Say, hey, how you doing? Good to see you again. A beautiful day. Whatever. Hey, you might have asked a couple quick questions. So instead of just walking in, because right away, if you start grilling me, if you start coming in, blah, 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 I'm going to be doing this, and there's a pretty good chance it's going to be a very short conversation, right? So what you want is you want people that are mirroring you. You want to be engaged with them, try to mirror them, without getting ridiculous, right? But if they if they're sitting back a little, well, don't do this. You sit back a little too. So now you're both casual, kind of. If they're kind of leaning into it, you lean into it too. You talk, right? So just kind of follow their lead in a way and their posturing. But if they start to slip, it's kind of like a rodeo cowboy following, the cab he wants to rope or whatever. It's like you got to follow what they're doing. You got to see if they go over here and you go over here, probably not going to be very successful. So if they're talking, if they're then follow what they're doing. Be their mirror in a way. They call it mirroring. So don't be ridiculous about it, of course, but use that as an. So basically, when you're talking to people, pay attention to them. Pay attention to how they're sitting, how they're looking at you. Obviously, if they do, they start rolling their eyes or something, they probably disagree with something you said. Don't just keep laughing. Clarify it. So when they're posturing, especially this, negative body language, this, anything like that, you got to change it. So maybe hand them something, whatever it is. Um, change your tone, change up the conversation somehow, or you lose them. All right, that's all I got for you today. Is Kenneth G. Hasty. Check me out at kennethghasty.com. I'm a professional business growth consultant. I'm also a professional sales automation consultant. And you can get a hold of me if you want to have a conversation about that. I'll include a link on this, with this video that gives you a link where you can click and get on my calendar. We're going to have a conversation anytime you like. And we've got our new offices here in near Columbus, Ohio. So we've got room for some more clients. So don't be shy. Anyway, Kenneth G. Hasty signing off. Thanks. Take care.